Hi everybody, my name's Beatie. I'm the Head of Department for Business and Industry. I also run the hospitality program and I'm a qualified chef. So I've been asked today to come and cook you a meal in under 4 minutes. So it's a bit of a challenge, but we're going to give it a go. So we're going to cook up some Atlantic salmon with a Mediterranean salad and a mashed potato. There's a few techniques involved and we're going to have two sauces. One's a pre-made sauce and one's that we're going to make in front of you. So we're ready to go. So we're going to start first of all. I've got some potatoes on the side here that are boiling, and we're just going to mash those. So I'm just going to run through the strainer. So these are Desiree potato. They're a slightly waxier potato and they're really good for this particular dish. Now, just while they're drying, just on the side, I'm going to place my salmon in the pan. Now my pan's already hot and we're going to place it skin side down. Now there's also a lot of salt on the skin, and the salt allows it to crisp up. So if you love that crispy sort of texture, that's the way you go about it. A lot of salt and it adds to those flavours. So I've got my potato now, and I'm just going to really quickly mash that. And when you have a look at this, you can see there's a slightly darker mash than you might do with your white potato. We need to add a little bit of fat to that, so we're going to add some butter. And we're going to add also some salt and pepper in a minute. Just mash those through. We want to make sure that there's no lumps in there at all. And it's because it's a waxy potato, it's actually quite dry as well. And we're going to sort of whip that. We're going to use a stick blender and we're going to whip it up with a little bit of olive oil as well. So this is a real Mediterranean style dish. Now into here I'm going to add some sea salt and some cracked pepper, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. So this is just virgin olive oil. It's just the same one that you would buy down at Woolworths or Coles. Now I'm just going to use my stick blender and I'm just going to make this nice and smooth. You can see there that it's nice and it's smooth and it's glossy, so the oils help with that. Place that to the side for 1 second. Right, just going to have a look at the salmon. I'm going to turn it in about 30 seconds. Just while that's happening, we're going to make a salsa verde. So salsa verde is basically roughly translates to a green sauce. So in here, I've been out to our garden that we run, our sustainable garden. I've got some kale, I've got a lot of mixed herbs, I've got some garlic, and I'm also going to add some mustard, and I've got some preserved lemon that we make with our Year 10 class. So we made these preserved lemons last year, and we use the external part, we use the actual skin, not the inside. It's a Moroccan style preserved lemon, because in the old days that's what they had to do, but it gives a really intense flavour. Just going to turn the salmon now, and as you can see, the pan is nice, the skin is nice and crisp, and also you can see too that it hasn't stuck because the pan was hot when the fish went in. Generally if your pan's cold, that's when it will stick. Now in here also, just before we puree this, we've got some olive oil and there's a little bit of water. We may need to add some more olive oil as we go. You can see the colour, it's nice and vibrant as well, and the smell coming off all those herbs is really, really lovely. Right, salmon's almost done. We're going to quickly make our Mediterranean salad. So I've got some rocket lettuce, I've got some baby bocconcini and some cherry tomatoes. So I'm just going to put all of that together. And I've got some grilled vegetables. So this is eggplant, zucchini, and there's a little bit of chilli in there as well for flavour. We need to season this, so we're going to pop some fresh pepper in there as well. Once again, a little bit of sea salt, and we just gently put all that together. Now this is about enough for 2 serves, so that's ready to go. Just very quickly going to turn my fish on its side. and then we're going to start to plate up. So I've got my plate here, I've got my mashed potato, so I'm going to go into the centre of the bowl. We're going to place our first sauce on. So our first sauce is the salsa verde, and we're just going to drizzle that around the outside, and that's going to give us our depth of flavour. A little bit of olive oil as well, and some salt and pepper just on top. Seasoning brings out the flavour, and also the pepper acts as a little bit of a garnish as well. We're going to place our fish on top, just into the centre, and then we've got our dressed salad. So we've got our balsamic vinegar in here, and we're just going to neatly place that on top. Just get it to sit up so it gives a little bit of height, and it's also going to give a little bit of texture as well. Colour gives it that beautiful Mediterranean flavour. Just going to take my glove off, and then we're just going to garnish up. So I've got some little flowers from our garden, little dill flowers, and some little nasturtiums as well, and they just sit there, give it a little bit of colour. Everything on the plate's edible, so which is really important when you're putting herbs and flowers and stuff onto your dishes. Thank you.